For a variety of reasons, we are arriving a little bit late. Here is Northern Adirondack at Chazy at George Brendler Field. We're going to turn the microphone over to the expert, the man who knows everything about soccer in the North Country, Lee, the pharmacist Barcombe.
Oh, that's some high praise, and unable to live up to that for certain. Welcome to George Brendler Field, as Calvin said. We're early on in the game, only 3 minutes and 10 seconds in. No score between the Bobcats and the Eagles. Substitution coming on for the Bobcats, that's Livia Parsons. And one thing, Calvin, that I noticed looking at the roster is this is a very, very young Bobcat team. They have 4 8th graders and a 7th grader on the squad, and they're all seeing playing time out there. So lots of good soccer to come for this Bobcat team as it's very young and growing up on the field. Emma Howell throws it in for Chazy, knocked off the sideline by Parsons, Clara Parsons. Howell throws it in again, long throw, trapped down by Kelsey Magoon. Magoon clears it off the sideline. So real estate, as my old buddy, college buddy Steve Craig would say. Marin Juno has it for Chazy. She moves it forward to Gwen Campo. Campo now, square ball to Stevens. Brooke Stevens thinking about what she's going to do, drops it back to Juno. Juno has pressure. She uses her support in number 16. That is Aubrey Bayshard, excuse me. The ball was taken away. Kinsley Trombley, that's a 7th grader, number 4 out there in the midfield for the Bobcats. So that's a high praise for a 7th grader to be playing midfield for sure here on a varsity squad. Bryn Trombley, square ball to the outside for Kelsey Magoon. Magoon being bothered there by Campo, coming away with it still as Magoon, and she clears it up the sideline. Ava Moore has the ball now for NAC. Moore goes interior. Stephanie Barrier was there for Chazy, and she's able to knock it off the sideline after some pressure from Alexis Lapointe. Throw in now, and Moore is looking for somebody else to take it, but she decides she'll take it in the interest of time, and she's going to hold it and give it off to Clara Parsons. No score early on here in Chazy. First meeting of the year between these two squads. Chazy is off to a 3-0 start. Northern Adirondack 1-1 early on in the league, as that crossing attempt by Ava Moore was knocked off the end line by Avery Parker. So first corner kick of the match, and Ava Moore will go to the corner to take this corner kick. Good looking service. Ball comes to the feet of Spoor. She tried to direct it to her goal, and then Livia Parsons also took a shot that was off the mark, as Parsons, one of the 8th graders for this Bobcat squad. Marin Juno, central midfielder, is going to come back and take the goal kick. She puts it in play. Stevens traps that with her chest, and she tries to push it outside to Inzunza, but Parsons was there. And ball now taken away from Parker by Spoor, but Peyton Turek was there to clear that away. Bryn Trombley to Parsons on the near side. Parsons has the ball deflected off Inzunza, throw in for the Bobcats right in front of Chazy bench. Parsons over the head of Moore, gets past Parker, and Barrier was there for Chazy. Tries to clear it, deflected. Ball's bouncing around and back ultimately to Bella LaBombard. She moves it forward to Spoor. Emma Spoor goes into the middle of the park. Emma Howell battling there with Kinsley Trombley. Marin Juno comes away with the Eagles. Trombley takes it away from her now. Trombley and Juno battling, comes to Inzunza. Inzunza coming to the near side, looking for Stevens. Hit a little bit hard. Stevens now recovers and knocks the ball off of Bella LaBombard. So Chazy throw in right in front of us here in Calvin's coop. Sam Shack, one or the other. Inzunza chips the ball forward. She's looking for Campo, but that was cleared away by Kelsey Magoon. Inzunza again has the ball taken away by Trombley. Trombley forward to Spoor. Spoor, diagonal ball, looking for Moore, but overhit it and cleared away by Caitlin Harvey. Inzunza now battling with Bryn Trombley. Bryn Trombley tried to use her outside support, but deflected by Inzunza, and now cleared out of their defensive area by Bella LaBombard into Chazy territory. Peyton Turek, freshman for the Eagles, clears it off the sideline to be a throw-in with substitutions. Winter Jarris for Shazy, and Kenna LeBear for Northern Adirondack. Turek clears that out of danger for the Eagles to Brooke Stevens, one of the senior captains on the Eagles squad. Stevens goes to the outside to Jarris. Jarris is challenged there and has the ball taken away by Livia Parsons. And then Bella LeBombard chips it into the 18. Ava Moore gets her head on it. Stephanie Barrier, the sweeper for the Eagles, is there, and she's going to clear it toward the sideline. Winter Jarris bounces the ball off the shins of Livia Parsons. It'll be a Shazy throw-in. Peyton Turek to take the throw. Officials are Mr. Tulusky and Mr. Labarge this evening, I should say. Ball's bounced off from Bella LeBombard. It'll be a throw-in for the Eagles, as Jarris is going to leave it for Turek. Trapped down by LeBombard, taken away by Jarris. Jarris forward. Collision there by Trombley and Campo. Ball comes to Stevens. Stevens checks it back. Stevens goes diagonal looking for Jarris, but stepping up there was LeBombard. And good hustle by Avery Parker to intercept that pass intended for Ava Moore. Livia Parsons tries to go diagonal, blocked by Avery Parker, and off the sideline throw in for the Eagles in front of us. Turek with the throw. Campo for Shazy has the ball taken away by LeBombard. Then Brooke Stevens takes it away from LeBombard. Chipping that away was Trombley, Bryn Trombley, and now Brooke Stevens regains control for the Eagles. Stevens coming down the near side. Chips it, tries to chip it across, goes off the outside of her foot and off the end line for a goal kick. No shots for either team. Substitution, Olivia LeBombard checking in for the Bobcats. She's going to give Rylan Nutt a break. No shots on goal, one corner kick for the Bobcats early on. No score, 10 minutes into the game between Shazy and Northern Adirondack here at George Brendler Field. Beautiful, beautiful evening. Mid-70s, barely a breeze, very temperate, no sun. And, I mean, the sun's out, but it's not in anybody's eyes. So, foul there committed. It's going to be a Shazy direct. 10, 12 yards outside of the 18, so roughly 30 yards from goal. Brooke Stevens will be taking this shot. Nope, Marin Juno, Brooke Stevens.
Yes. Go ahead, Brooke.
All right, direct kick here. Brooke Stevens puts the ball toward goal. Gilmore does a good job to make the save. That looked a bit of a knuckler. Gave Gilmore a little bit of trouble, but she made the nice save. Veteran goalkeeper for the Bobcats in Hallie Gilmore. Avery Parker now has it, moves it toward Marin Juno. Juno tried to continue it on to Jarris, but it was blocked there by Livia Parsons, and the ball is cleared. Shazy sweeper Barrier will clear it away from danger. Bryn Trombley has it now. Marin Juno steps it, blocks that. Avery Parker now takes control. Parker, pressure from behind from LeBear. Jarris now, square ball looking for Juno, intercepted by Kinsley Trombley. LeBear to Moore. Moore traps it down. Parker is there to watch her, and it's Bayshard clears it away for the Eagles. Bella LeBombard tries to move that forward, intercepted by Juno. Juno and Kinsley Trombley, about the same size out there, battling into midfield. Here is Stevens. Stevens cuts it back, tries to use a square pass, intercepted by Olivia LeBombard, and she clears it to the Shazy defense. Barrier calling off her defensive mate, and she's going to clear it to the sideline for a throw-in. Ball goes off the face of Coach. He's not going to appreciate that. Substitution as Callie Schwartz checks in for the Eagles and Emma Spohr for the Bobcats.
That ball boy's looking for a new job.
I think you're right. That's Mr. Tregan's new nemesis. Campo trying to get past LeBombard. She does a good job, so Campo decides to use her support. And Juno tries a diagonal ball, and another good job by Bella LeBombard. She's an 8th grader here, number 19, doing a great job here defensively for the Bobcats. Now here is Nzunza coming down the near side. She's being pressured by Livia Parsons, and Nzunza tries to get a cross ball. Still there. And Nzunza does get a ball toward goal, but it's weakly hit and picked up easily by Gilmore, the senior goalkeeper for Northern Adirondack. Spoor traps it down. Couldn't control it. Schwartz for Shazy had a touch on it. Ball bounces off from Howell and cleared away by Spoor. All the way back to Barrier for Shazy. Barrier uses her support in Turek. Turek tries to go to the corner, but only Bella LeBombard is there, and she's going to clear that ball down. Chest trap down by Turek, and that stung her a bit. Ball is moved to the corner. Inzunza battling, has the ball taken away by LeBombard, and whistle's blown. And the official's going to check on the health of Turek. Mr. Toloski. She had lost her breath with that trap ball, so it's going to be a drop ball here. It'll be NAC ball on the drop. And LeBombard will take control. Chips the ball forward, blocked down by Parker. Parker battling hard there with LeBert. Parker runs into Parsons, and it will be a direct kick for the Bobcats. Bella LeBombard will take the direct kick. Good look and service. Headed down by Spoor. Juno is there for Shazy, and she's going to clear it out of danger. All the way back toward midfield. Bryn Tremblay has it. She uses her support there in LeBombard. LeBombard tries to hit it forward, and Inzunza was there to clear it away for the Eagles. All the way back, Kelsey Magoon has it. She's going to use her goalkeeper as support, and misplayed there, gives up a corner kick. So the Eagles will take advantage of that miscue. Substitutions as Stevens checks back in for Shazy, and I say Murphy. That's Amy Murphy's daughter, Ava Moore, checking back in for the Bobcats. Ava Moore is Richard Moore and Amy Murphy's daughter. Leading scorer this year on the Bobcat squad.
And fine viewer supporters.
Excellent. Juno puts the ball in play, and coming out with the ball is Bella LeBombard. I've mentioned her name quite a bit here in the opening sequence. There's a shot by Turek. Offsides on the play was Campo, right at the top of the 18. So it'll be an indirect kick for the Bobcats coming out.
Ready here.
24:35 remaining in the first half. No score between the Eagles and the Bobcats. Juno forward to Stevens. Stevens being watched by Spoor. Stevens uses square to Campo. Campo gives it away to Spoor, and Spoor clears it toward midfield. LeBert has it now. Kenna LeBert blocked by Marin Juno. Juno hustling hard, disrupts the plans of LeBert, and coming away with it for Shazy was Inzunza. And now it's Brooke Stevens with the ball. Stevens with a nice square ball looking to the outside for Emma Howell. Howell's hustling to get that ball. She hits it toward the corner, is going to run onto it. Looks like Alexis Lapointe over there battling with her, and cleared away toward the sideline. Caitlin Harvey saves it. She comes into the middle of the park. Marion Juno has it. Juno watched by Tremblay. And then that ball earmarked for Inzunza was cleared away by Livia Parsons. Inzunza now has it for Shazy. She tries a diagonal pass intercepted by Emma Spoor, and Spoor will clear that away. Kinsley Tremblay gets a foot on it. Now it's picked up by Kenna LeBert. LeBert has it taken away, or at least interrupted by Bayshard. Now it's Avery Parker. Parker, the stopper captain, junior for the Eagles. Coming, trying to get through the defense. Her and it looks like Magoon battling hard down there. Foul called on Parker. She had her arm up. So it'll be a direct kick for the Bobcats.
More central right now. You see where the kick's coming here. Marin, you run through everything. Aubrey, you run through everything here. Keep it in front. Hey, keep it up, right? Keep it ready, Marin. Be ready, Marin.
And we have an injury as the official's going to stop the play. Looks like Kenna LeBert is injured. She's going to come off. And Rylan Nutt will come on for the injured Kenna LeBert. Winter Jarris comes on for Shazy at the same time. Emma Howell will come off for her. No clock stoppage. That was just a injury Substitution. Juno traps that down for the Eagles. Couldn't control it. Cleared away by LaPointe. Nzunza got in the way of that for Shazy. Now it's Moore. Nzunza and Moore battling. Nzunza comes away with it. Comes to the near side. Forward to Stevens. Brooks Stevens. Trying to get past Bella LaBombard. LaBombard does a good job and hits that off the sideline. So throw in for the Eagles. Nzunza throws it in. Campo traps it down. Nzunza now looking to serve, and she does. Nobody there for the Eagles. Hallie Gilmore mishandles it. No, again, nobody there for the Eagles, and Clara Parsons was there to shepherd that ball back to Gilmore. Gilmore, good punt toward midfield. Moore traps it down. Winter Jarris is there for Shazy. She gets a foot on it. Kinsley Trombley now for the Bobcats. Trombley trying to split the defenders. And Barrier steps up. He passes the ball to Jarris. Jarris to Juno. Juno forward to Stevens. Stevens being watched by Spoor. Emma Spoor and Stevens, two seniors out there. Stevens, diagonal ball looking for Juno. Juno and Campo together. Juno getting past. Juno trying to move past LaPointe. But LaPointe does a good job, takes that ball away, a senior for the Bobcats. Nzunza now takes control for the Eagle right at midfield. Nzunza coming to the near side. She's being watched there by Livia Parsons, and it goes out of play for a throw-in. Bryn Trombley checking in, and she's taking off Livia Parsons. A nice little skip header there by Alexis LaPointe. And Nzunza has it, and now it's cleared away by another senior, Bryn Trombley. Down the near side. Barrier's going to watch it go off the sideline, so it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. Peyton Turek will take the throw-in. Stevens for Shazy, down the near side. Coming over is Trombley. Bryn Trombley watching her. Stevens and Trombley stride for stride. Stevens checks it back, goes interior for Campo. Campo gets by her mark. Campo and colliding there with Bryn Trombley. Campo now looks to serve, and that was blocked there by Clara Parsons. So a corner kick for the Eagles. Third corner kick of the match. Marin Juno comes over to take, second corner kick. Marin Juno comes over to take this for the Eagles. Just under 20 minutes to go, so halfway through the first half, no score.
Come on, Marin, go ahead. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get one green. Come on.
Juno, good looking service. Parker gets her foot on it. Deflected by Nzunza. She gets a shot off on goal, but nice sprawling save there by Hallie Gilmore, and she punts the ball away. Toward midfield, Emma Spoor is going to trap it down for the Bobcats. Pressure on her from Turek. Spoor and Turek. Spoor still with the ball. She chips it forward looking for Moore. Moore couldn't control it and cleared away by Barrier. Over the head of LaBombard at midfield. Howell and LaBombard. LaBombard uses her support in Parsons all the way back to Magoon. Kelsey Magoon. Pressure on her from Campo. Magoon hits it toward the sideline and goes out of play. Shazy throw-in. Substitution as Jocelyn Juno for Shazy will check in. And Mandy McKinney comes in for the Bobcats. First time on the field for both those young ladies. Jocelyn Juno, a senior for the Eagles. Mandy McKinney, a sophomore for the Bobcats. Long throw by Howell. No Shazy players near it. Blocking that clearing attempt was Campo. Campo and Magoon. Ball comes free, and it's Bryn Trombley clearing that to the sideline. Harvey is there for Shazy. She was battling with McKinney. Coming away with it is Ava Moore. Moore trying to dribble through, blocked by Avery Parker. Jocelyn Juno now for Shazy. And it's going to be tricky because we have the two Juno cousins at midfield together, Jocelyn and Marin. Howell coming away with that. Taken away from her by Clara Parsons. She deflects it off. Howell throwing for the Bobcats on the far side, right at midfield. McKinney tries to control it, taken away by Harvey. Harvey couldn't keep it in bounds, so it will be a throw-in again for the Bobcats. LaPointe, skip header. Jocelyn Juno was there. And now battling for it was Alexis LaPointe. She gets the ball past Stevens. Just Jocelyn Juno working hard out there. Rylan Nutt uses her support in Bryn Trombley. Bryn Trombley diagonal ball to Ava Moore. Ava Moore gets past Jocelyn Juno, but Marin Juno was there to knock it away. Jocelyn Juno clears it forward to Campo. Campo trying to chip it past her mark. She goes to the outside. Campo still battling hard out there with Clara Parsons, and ball goes out of play. It'll be a Shazy throw. A couple substitutions as Callie Schwartz and Aubrey Bayshard check back in for the Eagles. Good couple minutes of hard soccer by Jocelyn Juneau, and Gwen Campo getting a deserved breather. Howell with the throw on the far side. She's looking for Schwartz. Schwartz running onto that ball now. Callie Schwartz on the far side. Has some space. She cuts it back, goes interior, looking for Stevens. Stevens couldn't trap it down. Bryn Trombley was there for the Bobcats, and she'll move it forward. Ryland Nutt controlling now. She goes diagonal toward midfield. McKinney touches the ball to Ava Moore. Moore, diagonal pass, looking up the sideline is Kinsley Trombley, running hard at that on the far side. Couldn't save it as it goes just out of bounds in front of the Snacks Shack over there. They're run by the Shazy Athletic Association. If you haven't, well, this isn't live, so I was going to say, if you haven't had dinner tonight, come on down. But by the time you watch this, they'll probably be closed.
But if you're driving by here and you see the lights on, stop in.
Yeah, guaranteed to, well, hopefully have a meal. Substitution, Winter Jarrett's going to come on for Nzunza.
Having got to watch a soccer game, go over and get a burger or Mickey fries and then head back to your vehicle and
That's right.
support the Booster Club.
Emma Howell throws it into the far side. Trapping that out of danger was Parsons, but it goes off the sideline. Shazy gains about 20 yards. Ball long, throwing again off Parsons again. Gaining ground. Howell throws it toward the middle of the park. Better idea. Magoon traps it. Falls to Marin Juneau. Juneau has time. She uses her support in Bayshard. Bayshard forward to Stevens. Stevens challenged quickly there by Magoon, and Magoon comes away with the ball. Good work by Kelsey Magoon. She's a junior for the Bobcats. As she moves the ball down the sideline, it goes out of play. It'll be a Shazy throw-in. Marin Juneau, diagonal ball across field, looking for Jarris. Jarris trying to get around Ryland Nutt. Jarris to the end line. Tried to save it, could not save it. Results in a goal kick. Substitution is Gwen Campo is going to come back in. She's going to give Brooke Stevens a break. 11 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first half. No score. This Northern Soccer League Division II, Section 7 class, well, Shazy's Class D and Northern Adirondacks Class C. So we can't, not the same class, so sectionals, so they won't meet again. They'll meet one more time, but they won't meet in the sectionals.
Run out of Glenn, keep running.
Did you say 11 minutes?
14 minutes.
Flag here.
I'm looking at my timer.
Wait a minute, what's going on here? Yeah, Campo has the ball. Campo trying to get past LeBombard. Good service, coming off her line to make that stop was Gilmore, and she rolls it out quickly to Kinsley Trombley on the far side. Trombley chips the ball forward to Spoor. Emma Spoor traps it down, has some space. Coming on is Aubrey Bayshard. She takes that ball away for the Eagles. Bayshard now turns and goes to the middle, but no Eagles there. Recovering a bit was Callie Schwartz. She got a foot on it. Campo now pressuring Bryn Trombley. Trombley chips the ball on the far side, looking for Kinsley Trombley, and it goes out of play for a Shazy throw-in. Coming away with that on the far side, it was McKinney taken away in the mid of the field by Bayshard. She tries to slide it forward. Northern Adirondack controls that. It's Kelsey Magoon now, off a pass from Clara Parsons. Ball's forward. Howell intercepted it. She gives it to Juneau, who gives it back to Howell. Howell being watched closely by Trombley. Gives it to Bayshard. Bayshard has it stripped from her by, McKinney. Alexis Lapointe. I got my numbers all screwed up. Alexis Lapointe. She has it taken away. Now it's Emma Howell. Forward to Marin Juneau. Diagonal ball to Schwartz. Schwartz tries to switch fields. Nutt was there for the Bobcats, and she's going to clear it across midfield. Trapped down by Avery Parker. She comes to the near side. Marin Juneau, pressured there by Ryland Nutt. Juneau and Nutt coming eventually to Bella LeBombard. She tries to hit Ava Moore. Winter Jarris comes away with it from there. Marin Juneau now comes through the tackle on Nutt. Juneau still battling hard, running for it. Bryn Trombley is there, and she tries to clear it. Juneau gets her foot on it. Juno saves it from going out of play, and another hard tackle over there. Juno comes away. Trombley thought she had lost the ball. Cleared. Jarris stops it. Jarris back to Juno, but stepping in front was Magoon, and she clears it toward midfield.
Come on, keep coming back, come on.
Emma Spohr traps it down. She uses a nice square ball to Kinsley Trombley. Trombley now chips the ball forward. She was looking for number 6, McKinney, but it was cleared away. Clara Parsons, square ball to Alexis Lapointe. She goes diagonal to Ava Moore. She has it taken away by Peyton Turek. Good work by the freshman to dispossess the ball for the Eagles. Campo tries to come near side, but only Ryland Nutt was there, and she takes possession. Marin intercepts that pass intended for Lapointe. Lapointe recovers and gets the ball back. Lapointe chips the ball forward looking for Spohr, but Avery Parker was there to block that. Aubrey Bayshard hustling, does a good job defensively, hands it off to Jarris. Jarris to Marin Juno, back to Jarris. Jarris to Campo. Campo taking the ball at the defender, tries to go around her, and it was cleared away by Bella LeBombard. Stephanie Barrier for Shazy clears the ball toward midfield. Jarris traps it toward the sideline, deflects it off of Nutt, and in substitution in Zunza and Stevens for the Eagles, and Livia Parsons and Olivia LeBombard for the Bobcats. Juliana and Zunza with the throw-in. Stevens traps it for the Eagles. Stevens square ball to Marin Juno. Marin Juno, corner to Campo. Coming over quickly is Magoon. She gets to it before Campo does. Good defensive work by the sweeper for the Bobcats.
Yep, that's the one. Good.
Campo traps down that throw-in, but clearing it away was LeBombard all the way out to Moore. She couldn't control the trap as she wanted to. Turek clears it off the play. So throw-in for the Bobcats. Ava Moore throws it in. Trapped down by Livia Parsons, taken away by Avery Parker, and she deflects it off the Livia Parsons. Throw-in for the Eagles. Stevens couldn't control the throw-in. Bella LeBombard was there, and she clears it off from Stevens. Throw-in for the Bobcats. And Zunza gets her feet on it into Juno. Juno goes to the corner looking for Stevens. Stevens hustling down the line. Magoon coming across. They collide at the spot of the ball. Magoon has it. Magoon being pressured by Stevens. Magoon doing a good job shielding the ball in the corner. And a foul on Stevens. So direct kick for Bobcats deep in their zone. 9 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half. No score.
Right, look at where Taylor, look how deep they are, right? Stephanie, here. Coming to you, Marin. Come on, someone run into one here. Someone run into one.
Over the head of Juno, Avery Parker steps up. She takes control. Parker now with some space, running toward the middle. Avery Parker has the ball blocked by Olivia LeBombard, and it falls to Emma Spohr, and she clears it away off the head of Caitlin Harvey at midfield. Bayshard heads it down to Juno comes to the near side, and Zunza chips the ball into the 18. Campo trying to get to it, but it was hit a little hard, and Hallie Gilmore was there for the Bobcats. Scoreboard shows 2 shots on goal for Shazy, 0 shots for NAC. At this point in time, and Callie Clark has been very quiet in the Shazy goal. Barrier coming up for Shazy and clears that ball. I don't think Callie Clark has touched the ball yet, to be honest with you. Bella LeBombard chips the ball forward. Not being able to reach it was Olivia LeBombard. Shazy has it now. It's Stevens. Stevens tries to go corner, blocked there by Bella LeBombard. And her ball forward was blocked by Peyton Turek. That ball bounces over the head of Trombley, cleared away by Magoon. Stevens now for Shazy. Her head ball was cleared away by LeBombard. Ava Moore gets past Parker. Stepping up nicely was Aubrey Bayshard. She hits the ball forward to the defense of the NAC Bobcats. Ball's hit toward the far sideline. Kinsley Trombley is hustling for it. She clears the ball off from Caitlin Harvey. Throw in for the Bobcats right in front of the stands over there on the far side. Emma Spohr takes the throw off the head of Harvey, falls to Kinsley Trombley. Harvey battling back. Trombley now going to the corner. Harvey there as well. Trombley gets the ball past Harvey. Harvey recovers and clears through the feet of Emma Howell. Now here's a shot, left-footed shot towards goal. And there's your first time that Callie Clark has touched the ball for the Eagles off that Alexis Lapointe left-footed shot. Callie Clark, sophomore for the Eagles, punts the ball beyond midfield. Campo traps it down, taken possession by Spoor. Spoor clears it forward. Harvey gets her foot on it. Juno now traps it down. Juno goes to the outside to Howell. Emma Howell being watched by Spoor. Howell goes looking for Campo, but clearing that away was Magoon. Bayshard again to Howell, to Juno. Good little triangle passing. Juno trying to get past Spoor, but Emma Spoor does a good job to take the ball away. Here's Aubrey Bayshard. She hits the ball forward. Now it's Campo hustling hard. She collides there with Kelsey Magoon. Magoon took the worst of that. She held her shin before she gets up, but looks like she got a smile on her face. So direct kick for the Bobcats. Just about 6 minutes to go.
Keep running through everything. Come on, Green. Come on. Let's go.
As the corn is drying out here in the Field of Dreams, as Joey Trombley likes to call it here at George Brendler Field. Giroux's Poultry with their cornfields. Marin Juno now possessing the ball. She goes at Bryn Trombley, gets past her. Juno with a shot toward goal. Kind of caught Hallie Gilmore moving, but Gilmore does a good job to adjust and takes the save. Good shot by Marin Juno to cut it back across the grain. Gilmore rolls it out to Spoor. Spoor continues the ball toward the sideline. Kinsley Trombley has it. She continues it forward. She's looking for Mandy McKinney on the far side. McKinney gets past Harvey. Coming over is Parker. Parker and McKinney collide. The ball's going toward the corner, and Harvey gets the ball away from McKinney and tries to clear it away. Kinsley Trombley is there, though. Trombley, the 7th grader, shot towards goal. Turek clears that off the end line. It's going to be a corner kick for the Bobcats. Second corner kick of the match for Northern Adirondack, and Rylan Nutt will check back in for Mandy McKinney. So corner kick here. Coming off her line nicely was Callie Clark, taking control of the game as you heard her call for that ball. Good work by the young goalkeeper. And she nicely punts the ball toward midfield. Campo didn't control that. Ball bounces all the way back to Emma Spoor. She lets it go past her, gives herself a little space. Stevens is pressuring. Kelsey Magoon now. Magoon up the sideline. She was looking for Nutt. Ball was hit a little too far. Harvey was there for Shazy. Ball's now to Emma Howell across midfield. Howell forward to Campo. Campo, diagonal ball for Stevens. Stevens going to the corner with this ball. She has a little space, slows it down, cuts it back. Spoor was there with the pressure, gives it to Howell. Howell now has the ball taken away by Nutt. Rylan Nutt has the ball stopped, her clearing attempt stopped by Marin Juno. Juno drops it back to Howell. Howell to Stevens. Stevens service, weakly hit. Juno is there for Shazy. Juno back to Stevens. Stevens going to the corner, being watched by Emma Spoor. Stevens cuts it back, does a good job to free herself. Brooke Stevens now cuts it, gets past another defender. Shot toward goal, near post, but Hallie Gilmore was there to make the save. Good work by Brooke Stevens on the far side. As she looks to the sky, she thought she had a better chance, but that was a pretty sharp angle she took with that shot on goal. Gilmore punts the ball toward midfield. Gets past Rylan Nutt, headed away by Howell. Howell to Marin Juno. Juno with a square ball near side. Juliana Nzunza. Nzunza gets past Olivia LaBombard. Nzunza now trying to get past Bella LaBombard and does. Nzunza still running. Both LaBombard girls after her on the near side. Bella LaBombard longer legs than Nzunza. She gets to the ball first. LaBombard clears it away to Moore. Moore tackled nicely by Turek, and Turek clears the ball forward. Good work by Peyton Turek. Ball's hit toward the near side. One timed by Bella LaBombard, looking for Livia Parsons in the middle. Parsons and Bayshard. Bayshard comes away with it. She has a diagonal ball coming over as Magoon for the Bobcats, and she clears it toward the sideline. Kelsey Magoon running hard, hits the ball forward. Kinsley Trombley now traps it, gets turned, being watched by Harvey. Harvey gets a foot on it and clears it to midfield. Alexis Lapointe, long ball forward, looking for Ava Moore. Stepping up was Barrier, gets past Barrier. Clearing it was Peyton Turek. Marin Juno now hits it to the sideline toward midfield. It's going to go out of play. It's safe play there by Juno. Substitutes for both sides. Clara Parsons and Winter Jarris coming in. 2-minute warning remaining in the first half. No score here between the Bobcats of Northern Adirondack and the Eagles of Chazy. Calvin Castine on the camera. I'm Lee Barcombe. I'm glad you're watching. Hometown Cable. If you're enjoying the broadcast, throw a couple bucks Calvin's way. That's what keeps things going here at Hometown Cable for the past 30-plus years. 41 years. Yeah, I've lost a couple years. Stephanie Barry has that ball taken away by Olivia Parsons, but there to save the day, so to speak, was Callie Harvey. Caitlin Harvey. Callie's her older sister. Caitlin clears it off the sideline. It'll be a throw-in for the Bobcats. Alexis Lapointe trying to get past Marin Juno. Here's a shot towards goal from Olivia Parsons, blocked by Stephanie Barrier. And now here's Chazy trying to transition as Campo hits the ball hard forward looking for Gunzunza. Couldn't find her. And Spoor was there. As the Bobcats do a lot of changing of positions. Emma Spoor was originally playing more of a striker position. Now she's more playing fullback. So they're easily swapping back and forth positions out there, which is a good job, a good thing that Coach Seguin can do to keep his players a little more fresh, and it's good to have that ability, especially if injuries creep up throughout the year. Substitution as Katie Rivera will make her first appearance on the field this evening for the Eagles, with 30 seconds remaining in the first half. No score here at George Brendler Field. Howell to take the throw on the far side. Over the head. And cleared off. Nope. Save. Nope, it did go off. Ryland Nutt. And substitution as Coach Tregan was trying to do a little time wasting, I think, at the end of the first half here. So that'll do it at the end of the first half. 0-0 here at George Brendler Field. Stay tuned for second half action in Section 7 Girls Varsity Soccer.
Let's go. Play hard. Come on. All 40 here. Come on.
All right, we're back here for second half action between Chazy and Northern Adirondack. There's no score. Good even first half of soccer played out there. Both squads. Chazy holds a 4-1 shot advantage in the first half, and they're taking the ball down the far side. It's Nzunza, and the ball goes out of play. It'd be a throw-in right at the corner flag. Juliana Nzunza to take the throw-in.
I think I've corrected you on this before. 0-0 is the score.
That is true. No goals, but it is a score. Ava Moore traps that ball down. She continues it on. And trying to see who that is on the far side. It looks like number 5, which would be Bryn Trombley, which would be a different position for her because... Nope, that's not. That's not Bryn Trombley because she's back here. So number 8, Olivia Parsons. Okay, got it. Callie Clark has the ball now for Chazy.
You need to get your opera binoculars there. When we go to the opera, you bring those binoculars with you.
It's tough because the numbers are kind of small, and as you get a little bit older, your eyesight's not so good. And I'll make all kinds of excuses if you let me. Barrier clears that ball toward the far side. Stepping up there was Bella LeBombard, who had an outstanding first half. I mentioned her name I don't know how many times. 8th grader for the Bobcats. Superior job defensively on the left side, shutting down Chazy many times. Good work by the youngster for Northern Adirondack. A lot of good years of soccer there coming forward for them.
What I tried to do, Lee, is talk the league into letting you go out there with a wireless microphone and stand in the middle of the field. And do the play-by-play.
Maybe we could have Mr. LaBarge do it for us while he's roughing. You know how they have Sunday night baseball, they'll mic up some of the players once in a while. We could do that with the officials. That'd be great. Here's Howell coming away with the ball. Emma Howell clears it toward midfield. Stevens chips it over past her defender, and Magoon is there for the Bobcats. Magoon did a fine job back there. Howell blocks that clearing attempt. Stevens, square ball to Juno. Juno has pressure from Kinsley Trombley, but she comes to the corner for Howell. Howell with some space. Coming over is Magoon. Long dribble by Howell. Magoon gets a foot on it and clears it off the sideline. Throw in for the Eagles. No, sorry. Check that. Throw in for the Bobcats. Gets past Stevens. Still rolling toward the sideline. Juno's going to let it go off. Now it'll be a Shazy throw. She throws it in quickly. Nobody running to it, so kind of a wasted possession there. And clearing it off the sideline was number 20, Clara Parsons. Howell with the throw again. She throws it in for Stevens. Stevens traps it down, gives it back to Howell. Howell across the middle of the field. Ooh, kind of dangerous with the arm there. Didn't touch it. That was Bella LeBombard, and coming back to get that ball on the far side was Parsons. Parker blocked that. Parsons now has it again, number 8, Olivia Parsons, another 8th grader. Her forward pass was cleared away by Barrier. Kinsley and Juno battling. Kinsley Trombley comes away with it. Ava Moore looking for a pass there from Parsons. Stevens comes to the near side for Howell. Howell touches the ball. Trying to get past her mark and Clara Parsons. It goes off the sideline. Substitution as Winter Jarris will come in for Inzunza right off the bat. Quick substitution for the Eagles, Coach John Tregan. Rylan Nutt comes off as well, and Emma Spoor comes on for the Bobcats. Spoor now in an offensive position. We mentioned at the last part of the first half she was playing fullback, so she switches back and forth between striker and fullback. Stevens with the ball for Shazy. Stevens drops it back to Howell. Howell has a long touch, and the ball is taken away there by Olivia Parsons, who has switched sides of the field now. Avery Parker intercepts that pass, and clearing it forward to Olivia LeBombard. Off from Spoor to Moore, back to Spoor. Spoor being watched by Turek. Spoor chips the ball diagonally, looking for Moore, but she hit it a little hard, and Callie Clark is there for the Eagles to take possession. A lot of girls standing around out there. Clark has a good distribution. I don't know why Shazy didn't push more toward midfield. Winter Jarris has the ball taken away by Spoor. Spoor's blocked by Parker. Bayshard battling there with LaPointe. Aubrey Bayshard coming away with it for Shazy. Gives her space a little space. Hits it hard to Howell, and Howell couldn't connect it. Throw in for the Bobcats. Clara Parsons takes that throw. Past LaPointe. Harvey clears it away for Shazy. It's going to go off the sideline. Throw in again for Northern Adirondack.
No turn. Honor.
Juno steps up for Shazy and clears it toward midfield. Bryn Trombley now. Toes the ball forward, but Juno takes it away. Juno now trying to get past Kinsley Trombley. Juno diagonal ball to Jarris. Winter Jarris on the far side. Jarris chips the ball past her mark. Coming over is Magoon. She decides to stop. Magoon now takes away the attempted pass and comes forward with it. Juno does a good job tackling the ball away from Magoon and gives it over to Winter Jarris. Magoon now gets a toe on the ball and goes out of play. Shazy throw-in midway into the defensive territory. Juno trying to get past her mark. Ball's going toward the corner. Marion Juno hustling after. It's going to go out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Bobcats. Jarris heads the ball out of play again. A throw-in for Northern Adirondack.
No turn.
Spoor traps it down. Tries to get turned. She does. Blocked by Turek, and now it's Marion Juno. Pressure on her from Olivia LeBombard. Juno still to the corner. Juno looks to serve. She does. Back toward the top of the 6. Here's Campo. Shot blocked there nicely by guess who? That would be number 20, Clara Parsons. Winter Jarris tries to chip the ball forward. Blocked by Olivia LeBombard. Now it's Avery Parker battling with Emma Spoor. Parker comes away with it. Parker has the ball taken away by Trombley. Trombley hits the ball forward, blocked down by Spoor. Spoor shoves Juno away, no call, as the ball comes to across midfield. Harvey tries to control that. Ava Moore hits it. Now here is a lead ball. Clark coming off her line. Coming after is Alexis LaPointe. And Callie Clark got there first for the Eagles, as first dangerous opportunity for the Bobcats. Long punt. Bounces over midfield. Magoon traps it down, or excuse me, Trombley. Stevens takes it away. Brooke Stevens now diagonal ball looking for Winter Jarris. Hustling over there on the far side is LaBombard, Bella LaBombard. Doing a good job to shield the ball. She finally gets turned and clears it toward midfield. Stepping up was Parker to get the ball before Spoor. Now it's Spoor at midfield. Spoor chips the ball forward, looking to spring her strikers. Lexus Lapointe coming on hard. Clark got there first for the Eagle, as Lapointe is doing good work with diagonal runs from the outside. Shazy will do well to not lose control of her, because she is a dangerous player with lots of experience.
Emma, come on, I need you. Stick in. Good, that's us.
That was Livia Parsons battling with Harvey. Ball goes out of play. Substitutions as Rylan Nutt comes back on and Juliana Nzunza. Caitlin Harvey to take the throw for Shazy. 31:30 remaining in regulation, 0-0. Marin Juno controls the ball off the feet of Parsons. Now it's Stevens forward looking for Campo. Campo couldn't control that. Magoon tries to clear it, goes off her foot wildly. And then Stevens blocks a clearing attempt by Parsons. Ball goes to the midfield. Bryn Trombley is there and she clears it away. Turek tries to clear it past midfield. Kinsley Trombley is there, and so is Aubrey Bayshard. Bayshard comes to the near side. Emma Howell. Emma Howell collides there with Olivia Parsons. Howell saves the ball. Nope, out of play, as Mr. Labarge calls that. Calls a Bobcat throw right at midfield. Claire Parsons throws it in, and Kinsley Trombley couldn't control that. It'll be a Shazy throw. Emma Howell to Brooke Stevens. She collides there with Parsons. That was another handball that he missed, but that's okay. Stevens goes central with it. LaBombard has it taken away by Juno. Now here's Campo trying to get a shot, but good work by Bryn Trombley to clear that away. Nzunza tries to hit it to Juno, taken away by number 9, Nutt. Juno again on the far side. She tries to get past Bryn Trombley. Trombley muscles her off the ball, and clearing it away was Bella LaBombard. Toward midfield's out of play. Shazy throw-in. Turek to take the throw. Juno traps it down, tries to lead Nzunza. Too close to LaBombard, but Nzunza takes it away. Here's a service. Gets past Nutt, but there was Clara Parsons, top of the 18. Marin Juno trying to control it. Coming away with it was Magoon. She clears it to midfield. Alexis Lapointe there. She tries to move the ball forward diagonally to Spoor, taken away by Turek. Kinsley Trombley now. A little bit of a long dribble. Harvey tries to clear it, blocked by Lapointe. Parsons forward, taken away by Juno. Juno, good little move there to free herself from Kinsley Trombley. Juno diagonal ball, not going to be close enough for Nzunza to get to, and LaBombard will clear it away. Peyton Turek hustling back for this one. She has some time as Spoor comes on now. Turek bounces it off Spoor. It'll be a Shazy throw-in. Substitutions will be Callie Schwartz and Winter Jarris for Shazy. Howell and Stevens come off for a breather. Ball's back in play. And Juno has it. She hits the ball forward, gives herself a little space. Couldn't maintain possession. Goes out of bounds. Throw in for Shazy. Juno throwing it to nobody in particular, and it's going to go out of play for NAC throw in. Bella LaBombard to take the throw. Juno intercepts for Shazy. Long touch, cleared away by LeBombard. Over the head of Parker at midfield, Ava Moore now. Moore outside of a foot pass to LaPointe. Alexis LaPointe chips the ball past barrier, but hit it hard. Too hard, certainly, for her teammates to run onto, and Callie Clark picks it up for the Eagles. Scoreboard still shows 4 shots to 1 in favor of Chazy, 0 goals for each team. 2 corner kicks for each team, 27-20 remaining in regulation. Very close, well-played match, a lot of play in the midfield. Juno forward for Nzunza. Nzunza running down that far side. LeBombard shoulders her off. Nzunza still gets there, maintains it. Nzunza crossing, looking for Campo, gets past everybody. Hustling now is Winter Jarris. Left-footed shot toward the near post. But Gilmore was there to make the save. There's a little bit of excitement there for the Eagles. Gilmore throws it out quickly. Livia Parsons coming down the near side. She hits it forward to LaPointe. LaPointe with pressure on her back from Harvey. LaPointe gets it past Harvey, but Parker was there. Foul in the meantime on Harvey, so it'll be a direct kick for the Bobcats midway into Chazy territory. It's going to be Bella LeBombard to take the direct kick.
Farther back or there? All right, I gotta try. Callie, get us organized. What do you want? Everyone has to mark here.
So Bella LeBombard, 10 yards, Callie Schwartz away. LeBombard puts the ball in play. No, he asked her to wait for his whistle, and she did not. So they'll re-kick it.
Gwen, all the way, help us defend. Gwen, get in. Gwen, deeper.
Whistle is blown. This time she can kick it, and she does. Clark calls for it as the ball bounces to her hands. Ava Moore was right there waiting for a misplay. But Clark was solid with her hands, makes the play.
Great ball, Callie. Good job. Callie Schwartz, run off it.
Jarris tries to trap it, gets past her. Schwartz couldn't get to it as it is Parsons. Hits the ball forward, and here's Livia Parsons to Alexis LaPointe. The ball goes off a Chazy arm, so it will be direct kick again. This is more dangerous location, 30 yards out. Ava Moore is lining up to take this one. 3-man wall getting put together for the Eagles, not lined up at all, as now Clark is going to line it up. As Mr. Labarge is going to back him up 10 yards. So Clark did a good job lining up her wall in the near post. Now it's Ava Moore, talented young player here for the Bobcats. She chips the ball forward. Clark calls for it, parries it down, makes a good play. Good job by Callie Clark to take control of that situation. Schwartz traps it down to Jarris. Jarris now on the near side. She has the ball almost taken away there by Livia Parsons and now cleared away by Bryn Tremblay. Bayshard tries to switch fields looking for Nzunza, but LeBombard was there. She takes the ball back away, and now coming up the far side, I can't see the number. Oh, it's Rylan Nutt. She had the ball cleared away by Turek. Now on the near side, Clara Parsons has her clearing attempt blocked by Callie Schwartz. Schwartz and Parsons. Schwartz pushing her down to the corner. Callie Schwartz did a good job there. The ball was out of play. It'll be a Chazy throw-in. Good work by the senior, Callie Schwartz. Substitutions, Jocelyn Juno coming on, Emma Howell, and Brooke Stevens, along with Olivia LeBombard for the Bobcats. So throw in for Chazy to be Emma Howell to take the throw. Howell looking for Stevens. Stevens traps the ball to space, then hits the ball toward the middle. No Eagles there. Ball bounces free. And Nzunza now trying to put pressure on Rylan Nutt. Nutt comes away with a long dribble. Good tackle there by Jocelyn Juno. Ball on ball, or foot on foot on the ball. Here's Nzunza, chips the ball forward looking for Campo. Magoon got her head on the ball, cleared it toward the corner. Ball's going toward the corner and cleared off for a Chazy throw-in deep in Bobcat territory. And Nzunza runs over to get the ball to throw it in. She throws it in looking for Juno, I believe. No, Juno's back here. There's Marin Juno crossing attempt. Clara Parsons clears it toward the end line. Hustling over there for Shazy was Campo. She couldn't retrieve that ball. It was cleared away. Avery Parker now lines the ball back in, bounces on a one hop, and Hallie Gilmore makes the save for the Bobcats. Gilmore punts it toward midfield.
One on your back, one on your back. Good.
Ava Moore gets her head on it before Parker does. Jocelyn Juno was there. Juno to Parker. Parker with a long dribble. She collides there with LeBombard. Parker turned toward Clara Parsons. Howell's there. She drops it back to Parker. Parker chips it forward. She was looking for Stevens. Stepping nicely was Bryn Trombley. Marin Juno tries to shoot a diagonal ball to Nzunza, but it's a little bit too much mustard on that, and it goes off the sideline. Throw in for the Bobcats. Nzunza traps it down. Now it's Marin Juno. Juno taking the ball at LeBombard. Nice tackle by Bella LeBombard. Comes away with the ball and clears it forward. Ava Moore touches the ball. She moves it back to the inside. Moore has LaPointe. Moore comes to the far. She tries to go to the far corner for Spoor, but Turek has done a good job marking Emma Spoor all night over there and took the ball away. Kinsley Trombley, outside of her foot. Olivia LeBombard, they miscommunicates there with Alexis LaPointe, and Caitlin Harvey takes advantage and clears it away. Stevens tries to hit Nzunza on the far side. Too much on that one, and it's out of play for a throw-in. Nutt traps it down. She has pressure on her immediately from Nzunza, all the way forward to Barrier, who clears it away. Campo now to Stevens. Stevens couldn't control that pass. Now Magoon has it, and she's coming toward the near side. Magoon, good-looking ball. Give and go, she's calling for, but the ball return pass was behind her. Marin Juno takes a long touch and loses it to Trombley. Kinsley Trombley, diagonal pass forward to LaPointe. LaPointe, good-looking ball. Here's Spoor looking for Moore. Now Ava Moore, top of the 18, left-footed shot towards the goal. It was running wide, but Callie Clark stops it and picks it up. She'll run toward the top of the 18. We're nearing halfway through the second half. Still 0-0 between Shazy and Northern Adirondack on this Thursday night at George Brendler Field, September 19th, 2024. Emma Howell getting space down the near side. She's trying to beat out Clara Parsons. That was just an inadvertent collision as Howell took the worst of it. Parsons has the ball now. Challenging her was Stevens. Stevens get a piece of that. Now it's Howell. Across the 18, Campo tries to trap it down. It was a high ball. She got her foot on it, couldn't control it. Kinsley Trombley causes a little trouble, and the ball comes to Jocelyn Juno. She moves it outside to Howell. Howell tries to go interior to Juno. Good work by Kinsley Trombley. Now the ball comes to Ava Moore. She chips it forward looking for Alexis LaPointe. LaPointe gets past Barrier. LaPointe trying for a cross, blocked by Harvey. Here's an opportunity as Spoor tried to one-time it. And it goes off the end line, out of bounds. Substitutions as Winter Jarris, Aubrey Bayshard, and Livia Parsons all check back in for, well, 2 for Shazy, 1 for the Bobcats. Goal kick for Shazy, Marin Juno to take the goal kick. Parsons got her chest on the ball. She looks like she lost her breath on it. She's trying to regain her speed here. She does save it. What a great effort by the youngster. She saved that ball. Alexis LaPointe crosses at top of the 18. Here's a good chance for the Bobcats. It's a shot towards goal by Nutt, blocked. Now it's Ava Moore looking for a shot. Good work by Avery Parker to get there and block that attempt. Parsons tries again. It goes off from Harvey. It's going to go off the end line. It's going to be a corner kick rather for the Bobcats. So pressure now from Northern Adirondack. Ava Moore to take the corner kick. All players but 2 in the 18 or 2 in the goalkeeper for the Bobcats. Good looking service off the head of Magoon. Goes off the end line. Substitution, and Nzunza is going to come back on for Shazy, and she's going to give Gwen Campo a quick breather, as it will be a goal kick again. This time it'll be Stephanie Barrier to take the goal kick. Juno tries to trap it down, couldn't control the trap. LaPointe, top of the 18. LaPointe, left-footed pass. That was an opportunity for Spoor. She whiffed on it, cleared away by Parker. Now it is Marin Juno. Again, a long touch. Juno running after it. She's got speed. Running with her was Tremblay. Stepping up was Parsons. Juno got to it. Nzunza now taking the ball at Magoon. Nzunza, oh, good block by Magoon as she got all ball there. Nice play by Kelsey Magoon. Emma Howell drops it back to Aubrey Bayshard. Bayshard, diagonal ball looking to corner. Good idea on that. Nobody running. Jarris is a little late on the uptake. And Bella LaBombard will try to clear it. Jarris got there, blocked it. LaBombard left-footed clearance now is going to go out of play for a throw-in. 17 minutes to go in regulation. Still waiting for the first goal of the match. Ball is on the far side, controlled by Brooke Stevens. Stevens trying to split the defense. Stevens now looking to serve. She does. Comes to Nzunza. She got a toe on it, I think. Not sure if it deflected. No. Mr. Tuleski is pointing to a goal kick, so it will be a Northern Adirondack goal kick. Tuleski sounds like a Line Mountain name to me.
You think so?
Yeah. Bella LaBombard will take the goal kick. Trapped down by Marin Juno for Shazy. Juno gets past her mark. Juno looks for a long shot towards goal. It's going to be wide. Good idea. Test the goalkeeper. But it was couldn't come in near post, and it was wide of the net as Campo comes back to look to check in at the next opportunity for the Eagles. Bella LaBombard will check that. Kelsey Magoon will take the goal kick this time. Stevens traps it down. Here's an opportunity. Stevens, Clara Parsons, good job to take that ball away. And Ryland Nutt clears it toward midfield. Ava Moore traps it. She gets past Parker. Moore now looking for a streaking LaPointe. Barrier hustling LaPointe as well. LaPointe stops the ball. Square ball looking for a shot. Spoor, and a nice save parried away by Callie Clark. Best opportunity of the game there for the Bobcats as Emma Spoor rifled a shot, a one-timer right at the penalty stripe, and Callie Clark with a big save for the Eagles.
See that one behind us there, okay? All right. Go up.
Ryland Nutt couldn't control that one. Comes all the way back to Magoon. She gets her head on it now at midfield. Kinsley Tremblay
That's okay.
keeps it coming toward the near side. Livia Parsons, square ball looking for Ava Moore. She's being pressured by Parker. Moore comes to the near side. Alexis LaPointe keeps the ball going. Livia Parsons, she tried to cross it, didn't get her hip around it. Goes off the end line for a goal kick as Gwen Campo will check back in for the Eagles. Going to give Brooke Stevens a little breather. Barry will take the the goal kick for Shazy. Juno traps it down, unable to control it. Ava Moore, pressure on her back from Parker. Now it's LaPointe. Harvey tries to clear it away. LaPointe has the ball stripped at the last moment by Barrier and then cleared away by Parker. Parsons now uses her support, but sneaking in there was Campo, and she now causes a transition. Nzunza with Campo. Nzunza cuts it to the inside, tries to split the defense. Good work by Clara Parsons and Bryn Tremblay to take the ball away. Tremblay clears the ball away toward midfield. Howell hustling back. She hits it square to Aubrey Bayshard. Bayshard continues the ball to Jarris. Jarris mistraps it, or mishandles it rather, and it falls to Bella LaBombard. She hits it forward to Ryland Nutt. Nutt looking forward to Spoor. Spoor outside of the foot pass, looking for Ava Moore, but stopping that was Stephanie Barrier, and now Shazy has it at midfield. Aubrey Bayshard battling with Kinsley Tremblay. Bayshard has the ball taken away by Tremblay, but it goes out of play for a Shazy throw-in right at midfield. Great battles in the midfield this game. It's really been a well-played game, evenly matched on both sides. Jarris traps it down. Ball's cleared toward midfield. That was Livia Parsons. She hits the ball forward, taken away by Turek. Back to Bryn Tremblay. Tremblay again strikes it toward midfield. And it is Rylan Nutt using her support. Bella LeBombard, long ball forward, looking for Ava Moore. Stephanie Barrier's there, stepping up, and she will clear that ball toward the sideline. Ball stays in play as Winter Jarris falls on the far side. Ball is moved forward, and here's Spoor colliding there with Stephanie Barrier. It'll be a throw-in for the Bobcats. That is Ava Moore. Good-looking service. Callie Clark was there for the Eagles. Clark taking her time, letting her team get in position. And again, strikes the ball really well. Goes past midfield. Magoon traps it with her foot. Pressure on her from Campo. Campo gets the ball, but gets fouled in the process. So direct kick for Shazy. Not in a dangerous area. Juneau will likely take this. Marin Juneau. As the Bobcats are hanging 3 high. That ball is chest trapped down by Clara Parsons. She tries to clear it. Brayshard, Nzunza, Campo. Parsons got a foot on it again. She recovered. Nice job by the youngster, Clara Parsons. She's a sophomore, and she's done a good job back there. Number 20 in white. Substitution as Stevens comes on for Shazy for Winter Jarris. Throw in for the Eagles in front of their bench. Emma Howell will take the throw in. And it bounces off Parsons. So again, throw in for the Eagles, inching closer to the 18. She throws it in. Campo tries to trap it with her thigh. Mishandles it. It goes off the end line. It'll be a goal kick. Substitution, Olivia LeBombard checking back in for the Bobcats. Approaching 10 minutes remaining. Bella LeBombard to take the goal kick. Bounding ball to midfield. Alexis Lapointe traps it down. Olivia LeBombard back to Lapointe. Lapointe, diagonal ball, couldn't be handled by Moore. That was Turek that hit that ball. Callie Clark will control that miss hit by Turek, and she'll run it to the top of the 18. Bounding ball off midfield past Howell. Parsons now. Good hustle there. It's going to be a green throw-in. Howell. Looking for Campo. Bryn Trombley traps that ball, gets turned. Trombley coming now to the near side. Senior for the Bobcats. Has the ball taken away by Marin Juneau. Juneau now toward midfield. Juneau chips the ball forward looking for Stevens. She hit it pretty hard, though. It's Juneau now trying to get back. Good recovery by Kinsley Trombley as she takes that ball away and clears it across midfield. Harvey mishits, and now it's Barrier to clean up on that play. Bounces it off from Moore. Alexis Lapointe saves it. One of the captains, she passes the ball to Olivia LeBombard. Forward to Ava Moore. Moore gets turned. Tries to give the ball back to LeBombard, but stepping up nicely was Barrier. She hits the ball to midfield. Campo battling there with Bryn Trombley. Campo tries to cut it back. Trombley makes a good tackle. Bryn Trombley chips the ball forward to Olivia LeBombard. LeBombard one-timer looking for Ava Moore, but stepping in was Harvey. She switches fields on the far side, and Zunza battling over there with Bella LeBombard. LeBombard muscles her off the ball and has control, using her body to her advantage. LeBombard turns and hits the ball forward. Spoor couldn't control that on the far side. She does persevere, though, and gets the ball past Turek. Ball's hit in the middle. Moore was hustling toward it, but Caitlin Harvey was there to clear it off for Shazy. It didn't go off the end line as Shazy maintains possession now in Zunza toward midfield. Stevens couldn't control that. Now it's Kinsley Trombley. Juneau badgering her. Trombley forward, trapped down by Lapointe. Lapointe back to Trombley. Good ball. Kinsley Trombley hits the ball towards the goal. Here's a shot from Lapointe to near post, but she hits it just wide. Good shot there by Alexis Lapointe. just wide of the net as the pressure is mounting for the Bobcats. Substitution Jocelyn Juneau comes on for Aubrey Bayshard with 8 minutes to go in regulation, still 0-0.
One chance here, right? Keep fighting. Let's go, Brooke. Good stuff up there. Come on, we'll get yours. Let's go. I don't have one for you. Get a drink. I don't have time for that nonsense, okay? Let's go. You're a good player.
Olivia LeBombard controlling this goal kick. She tries to pass the ball forward, blocked by Jocelyn Juneau. Juneau forward looking for Howell. Coming over was Claire Parsons to interfere. Parsons, hard tackle on Marin Juneau. Foul called. It'll be a direct kick, as Marin Juneau will take the direct kick for the Eagles.
Hey, big ball in the corner here. Gwen, just take off.
Juneau launches the ball toward the near side. Campo can't control. It's going to be a throw-in for the Bobcats. Substitution for both sides. Winter Jarris for the Eagles and Livia Parsons for Northern Adirondack. Claire Parsons takes the throw. Marin Juneau trying to trap it down. Uses her support and her cousin Jocelyn Juneau. A long trap taken away by Kinsley Trombley. Trombley forward deflected there by Juneau. Ava Moore being watched by Parker. Moore and Parker collide. Parker comes away with the ball. Avery Parker launches the ball toward the corner. Nobody's running at it. It's going to go out of play right down in the corner. Throw in for the Bobcats.
Come on, press them in here.
Parsons will take the throw. Looks like there's some tired girls out there on both sides. Jarris will take this throw in as the play is kind of slowed down a little bit here as we approach the end of regulation. Jarris with the throw. Trapped down by Livia Parsons. Her clearing attempt is blocked by Brooke Stevens. Stevens goes to the middle. Hustling up there was Magoon to disrupt her. Stevens still has a lot of space. She tries to go to the corner, headed down by Nzunza, but she couldn't control it. Goes out of play. It'd be a throw in on the far side for the white team. The Bobcats of Northern Adirondack. LeBombard clears that toward midfield. Spoor watches it go past. Peyton Turek. Spoor hustling. Gets a piece of that. It will be a Shazy throw. 5.5 minutes remaining regulation. Stevens looking forward to Campo. Magoon is there. She hits it toward the sideline. Campo's going to get to it for Shazy. She's trying to shepherd it out of play. She hits it toward the corner. Did go out of bounds. Mr. Tuleski was right there and makes the call. It'll be a throw-in for the Bobcats. LeBombard throws it in. Nutt traps it down. Rylan Nutt. Interior to Trombley. Trombley tries to go back to the far side. Turek cleared it away. Livia Parsons couldn't control that clearing attempt. Now Parsons and Winter Jarris sprint for the ball. And Jarris blocks that forward pass by Parsons. Livia Parsons to take the throw. Chest trap down by Kinsley Trombley. It goes off from Trombley. Substitution, 2 for Shazy. Emma Howell and Aubrey Bayshard checking back in. Jocelyn Juneau and Winter Jarris coming off. Howell controlling this ball. She drops it back to Harvey. Dangerous play. And now it's Ava Moore for Northern Adirondack. Moore tries to cut it back. Parker's there. Moore and Parker colliding. Moore goes down. No call. Clearing that away was Harvey. Stevens trying to get past Nutt. Nutt does a good job to tackle that away, and Stevens takes it right back. Good battle there in the midfield by both teams. Now it's Nzunza. Nzunza looking for Campo. Blocking that was Bryn Trombley. Kinsley Trombley now. Pressure coming from Campo. Trombley goes diagonal looking for Livia Parsons. Good work by Parsons to save that to LaPointe. LaPointe now for Moore. Moore takes a shot, but it's well wide and will be a goal kick for the Eagles with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in regulation.
Emma, that's not the one though, right? That's a flying ball force. Can't happen.
Barrier to take the goal kick. She hits the ball looking for Howell. It's going to come to the near side right before the Northern Adirondack bench. And it'll be a throw in Clara Parsons to take. She throws it into Livia Parsons. Parsons forward to Moore. Moore, nice trap and turn. Moore with pressure from Parker. Good diagonal ball. Here's Rylan Nutt, top of the 18. Nutt with a shot towards goal, but it's just wide as she tries to go near post. Good feed from Ava Moore on that.
Marin!
Again, goal kick for the Eagles. This time it'll be Marin Juneau to take.
Brooker Glenn, come deeper here because Marin's taking this. Somebody get in that space.
2.5 minutes to go, regulation. If there is no score at the end of regulation, it will play overtime. Sudden victory overtime now, and finally in girls varsity soccer. Clara Parsons being pressured by Campo. Parsons comes away with it. Now it's Magoon. Kelsey Magoon near side. Howell running with her. Magoon going to the corner with it. Kelsey Magoon getting past Howell. Good run by the sweeper. She hits the ball. Callie Clark grabs that ball before danger hits. Clark quickly going to distribute it. Try to catch in transition. Stevens heads the ball high in the sky, right at midfield. Magoon hustles all the way back, gets a body on it. Now it's Nutt looking to switch fields. Livia Parsons hit hard by Emma Howell. No call. Yes, they're going to call this, though. Different foul, as it was Bayshard fouling Moore. So direct kick in a dangerous spot, 30 yards out for Northern Adirondack. And
if we see somebody open, start telling them.
it looks like it's going to be Ava Moore to take the kick. She's coming over to line it up. Four-person wall for the Eagles as Mr. Labarge will pace off 10 yards with 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in regulation. 10 yards paced off. Ava Moore, the game on her foot here potentially. Direct kick. Moore rifles a shot towards goal. It's going to go wide. Good opportunity as she appears disappointed, certainly. She wanted to get that on frame, make the goalkeeper make a save. Substitution, Winter Jarris comes on. Emma Howell's going to come off as we're under 1 minute to go in regulation. It looks like we're headed to overtime. Still a chance as Marin Juneau will set this goal kick for the Eagles with 30 seconds to go. Juneau hits a good ball, trapped down by Livia Parsons. Livia Parsons trying to go around Jarris. She does. Parsons now hits a ball deflected off the end line. Corner kick here with less than 20 seconds as that ball was deflected off Caitlin Harvey.
Winter, 10 yards. Winter, 10.
10 seconds to go as Ava Moore is hustling to get this ball placed in the corner. Moore hits the ball. Goes off the head. Shot towards goal. No, it was after the whistle. That was after the whistle.
No. Buzz already went. Let's go. We're getting overtime. Let's go.
I don't know. Mr. Labarge pointed to the goal.
The ball. No way. Let's go.
We'll have to see. I don't know.
Come on. We're good. Up here. Let's go.
I don't know who shot it. And I don't know what's going on. Officials are conferring here. Northern Adirondack thinks they won. Shazy thinks we're going to overtime.
Hey, what are you doing? We're still playing. Did you call that ball?
Yeah, Northern Adirondack now is getting a drink.
No way.
Well, high pressure stakes here. There's a last second shot was taken by Northern Adirondack. I didn't see who took it even. I think it might have been Bella LeBombard, but I'm not sure.
How quick can we see that?
Asking for the V. You
my lawyer.
got to do the VAR symbol here, and
Unlike basketball, where if the shot is in the air, it's going to count. In this case here, the ball has to be past the goal. So
correct. Ball has to
it's where the ball is when the horn sounds.
completely across the line before the horn sounds, or the official has the official time I don't know. Perhaps they have an alarm on their watch. I assume that goes off, right? I don't know which official keeps the official time.
They're explaining it to Jason's. I'm assuming they're going to give him bad news.
Yeah, I would say it likely will be no goal. But, you know, we'll see. Yep, so it is going to overtime. So no goal was the call. As I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be back for overtime here as some of the girls are running to the restroom. So overtime. We'll be back. Welcome back to George Brandler Field. We're set for overtime. 2 10-minute periods if necessary. They are sudden victories, so somebody scores 20 seconds into this, we're going home. 0-0 is the score. Bobcats with the kickoff. Long ball forward. Here's Emma Spohr hustling down that far sideline. Or no, check that. That's not Emma Spohr. That is... Oh, Alexis Lapointe. I'm sorry. Alexis Lapointe. She couldn't save it. Goes off the end line. Goal kick for the Eagles. So excitement at the end, very end. From what I gleaned from the officials speaking, it sounds like the shot was taken as the 1 second mark was hit. And then they couldn't determine whether or not the ball had crossed the line completely by the time 0 was on the clock. Not like other sports where, you know, like basketball, for example, if the shot's off before the clock hits 0, the shot will still count. Soccer, the ball has to cross the line completely before the time expires in order for it to count. We don't have VAR capability here in the Northern Soccer League, so couldn't go there. So we go to overtime. As Peyton Turek clears that ball away for the Eagles, comes back, and Bella LeBombard will control that. LeBombard clears it through. Campo tries to control for Shazy. She couldn't maintain control, and LeBombard will hit it off the end line for a goal kick. Goal kick for the Eagles. Marin Juno will come back to take the goal kick. And Stevens is hustling after that ball, but getting to it was Claire Parson. She hits a nice square ball to Kinsley Trombley. Trombley diagonal to Ryland Nutt. Nutt to Moore. Moore looking forward to LaPointe. Clearing that off was Harvey. At midfield now is Clara Parson. She drops it back to Bryn Trombley, and Trombley hits it forward. Ryland Nutt controls it. Juno is on her quickly. Juno knocks the ball away. Emma Howell takes a long dribble. Nutt recovers for the Bobcats, and she clears it up the sideline. Barrier hits it toward the sideline. LaPointe is there. LaPointe saves it from going out. Alexis Lapointe and Barrier battling for the ball. Howell joins in. Now it's Ryland Nutt coming away with it. Nutt hits the ball toward the middle. Deflects off Shazy. It's going to be a corner kick, as Ava Moore will take the corner kick 2 minutes and 30 seconds into overtime. Moore, good-looking ball, headed away by Parker, and then Howell will clear it up. Brooke Stevens takes it for the Eagles. Stevens trying to get turned past Parsons. Parsons slips on the wet grass. Now it is Stevens. Stevens cuts it to get past Kinsley Trombley. Stevens now looking to switch fields. Campo running hard to try to get to this. Bella LeBombard is there watching. Campo couldn't save it as LeBombard again uses her body to shield the ball. Smart play by the youngster. Really, really smart.
What we wanted, that's perfect. Juliana, be ready to press here. When? Juliana, higher.
Bella LeBombard, throw in. Olivia LeBombard traps it down. Campo is there. She takes it away for Shazy. Campo trying to get past. LeBombard gets a toe on it. Kinsley Trombley again toe to LeBombard. Forward to Ava Moore. Moore takes her time, cuts it back, switches fields to the corner. Trapped down by Alexis Lapointe. Lapointe trying to get past Harvey. She hits a diagonal ball. I think she was trying to find Spohr. She hit it a little hard, and it goes all the way to Callie Clark, who makes the pickup for the Eagles. Substitution for the Eagles waiting on the next opportunity. Jocelyn Juno will come in for Shazy. Long punt to midfield. Nzunza. Square ball looking for Brooke Stevens. She takes down Kinsley Trombley. It will be a direct kick right at midfield. LeBombard will take the kick. Bella, she launches that ball forward, trapped down by LaPointe, but it comes to Nzunza for Shazy. Nzunza forward to Stevens. She couldn't control the bounding ball. Clara Parsons has it now. Parsons comes to the middle. Diagonal ball for Olivia LeBombard. Nzunza takes it away, but she's dispossessed again by LeBombard, who takes a shot, a weak shot, off the side of her foot, going to go off the end line for a goal kick for Shazy as we're under 5 minutes to go, or just at 5 minutes to go in the first overtime period, as Jocelyn Juneau comes in for Aubrey Bayshard. Goal kick. All the way toward midfield. And Bryn Trombley will finally control for the Bobcats. Her ball to LeBombard was overhit, and Campo hits the ball forward. Now it's Nzunza running on. Nzunza takes a long dribble, and Magoon takes care of that for the Bobcats. Magoon clears it off the arm of Campo. Will be a direct kick for Northern Adirondack in front of their bench.
Kick, sir.
Yeah.
No, just stay keeper.
Bella LeBombard will take the kick. Nzunza traps down that kick. Nzunza being pressured by Kinsley Trombley. Trombley gets her foot on at good speed by the youngster. Hits it to the far side. Rylan Nutt hustling with Emma Howell. Nutt gets her foot to it first, and Nutt comes away with the ball. Good work by Rylan Nutt, the 9th grader. She hits the ball forward, and then clearing that away with Stephanie Barrier. Excuse me, Nutt is an 8th grader. Apologize. Kinsley Trombley coming to the interior, taken away by Marin Juneau. Juneau loses the ball to Trombley as she hits the ball now to Olivia LeBombard. LeBombard bounces the ball off from Jocelyn Juneau's arm. So it will be a direct kick midway into Shazy territory. We'll see Bella LeBombard will take the direct kick. Shazy's trying to decide if they want a wall. 4-man wall way offline. Way offline. Callie Clark's trying to get them lined up. They're about 20 yards off. LeBombard, right-footed shot here, direct kick, quite a ways out. She hits it pretty well. Ball bounces off the arm of Alexis. Oh, offsides was the call. Alexis LaPointe caught offsides. Mr. Tulaski right on the line. 2 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the first overtime period. Again, no score. We go to a second 10-minute overtime period, and it is sudden victory. First goal wins. If not, it ends in a 0-0 tie. No shootout here in regular season, only in the sectionals. Or tournaments, correct.
Speaking of which, are they going to play the championship game of the Frankie Garrow?
Yes, that game has been rescheduled. October 19th, I believe, is the date. It's a Saturday. End of the season is going to be the Plattsburgh High School versus Shazy. Boys, correct. Yeah, that's the championship game. It got postponed due to inclement weather. Didn't want to destroy the field before the season even started. So, as we're down to 2 minutes here, as I don't know if they stopped the clock on that long situation there where Shazy wanted 10 yards. They didn't stop the clock. No. All right, Clara Parsons now takes a step. Howell blocks that, but it falls to Ava Moore. Moore, left-footed shot towards goal, bounces into the waiting hands of Callie Clark. Over the head of Juneau. Trombley couldn't control it. Stevens has it. She hits it to the corner. Clara Parsons is there, and she'll clear it off the sideline. Throw in for Shazy. Substitutions, Jarris and Bayshard back in. As 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the first OT. Jarris will take the throw in for Shazy. She took it a little too quickly. They're waiting for Howell to come off the field first. Officials will give her the go-ahead. Now they say it's okay. Throw-in doesn't go to anybody but a Northern Adirondack player, and she's decked over there by Stevens. Stevens doesn't understand, but she definitely hit her, knocked her down. So direct kick. 35 seconds. LeBombard puts it in play. Nutt tries to trap it down. She's not able to, and clearing that was Juneau. Now it's Stevens. Stevens, square ball looking for Nzunza. Nzunza couldn't control it. Campo now hustling. LeBombard is there. Campo comes away with it. Campo running at the defender. Good work by Bella LeBombard, and it will be a throw-in for the Eagles with 10 seconds to go in the first overtime.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Campo traps it down, tries for a wild shot, no connection, and we're going to the second overtime period here at George Brendler Field. We'll be back momentarily. Good chance of it.
Looking at George Brendler here at George Brendler Field. Sitting in the bleachers. He's got a reserve spot there.
90-year-old former coach of the Shazy Boys program, longtime PE teacher here, and driver's ed. He was my driver's ed teacher too when I was in school. Yep.
That explains a lot.
Second overtime period has kicked off as it's on the far side. It goes off the leg of Olivia LeBombard. Shazy throw-in their own territory. Ball bounces off the face of Stevens on the far side. Marin Juneau now comes interior looking for Nzunza, gets past her. Howell's running onto it, but getting there first was Kelsey Magoon. She took a little bit of a hit as it went past the ball. It's going to go off of her out of play, so it'll be Shazy throw-in.
It says a lot when a guy who learned to drive in horse and buggy days ends up being a driver's ed teacher.
That's right, absolutely. Shows a multi-talent for sure. As Nzunza getting to that, but taken away by Rylan Nutt. She moves the ball forward. Now it's Emma Spoor. Spoor, long ball forward, looking for LaPointe, was blocked down. Now comes right back to her, over the head of Harvey, and here's Alexis LaPointe. Barrier comes over LaPointe, lofts the ball to the far post, but Callie Harvey was there. It was going to be wide of the net, but good work by the young goalkeeper to get over there and take that ball as best chance in overtime so far, I think, for either squad. Trombley gets her legs on that ball. Now it's Aubrey Bayshard. She hits the ball forward. Chest trapped down by Bella LeBombard, and she clears it away. She took a hard knock there as she hit that ball, and a dangerous play was called on the Eagles. This will be an indirect kick, but LeBombard is down on the ground, and if she cannot continue, that's going to be a big loss for this Bobcat team. Mr. Tuleski checking in on her right now. Clock is still moving. 8 minutes. Trying to determine if she can go. She's up. Yep. So she's gonna power on, and it looks like this is Emma Spoor to take this direct kick, if I'm not mistaken. Spoor hits the ball hard toward the goal, off of a head on top of the 18, but out of play. I think it went off from Alexis LaPointe's head. So it'll be a goal kick for Shazy as Marin Juneau will take the goal kick. Under 7.5 minutes.
Deeper, so just you or Juliana drop the space. I don't care which one.
As we wait for the ball to be set. Great soccer game tonight. Boy, a lot of action both ways. Well played. Good sportsmanship on both sides as far as I'm concerned. Juneau hits the ball forward all the way, and there's LeBombard, so she's back on her feet, and she kind of whiffed on that one. There to pick up her pieces was Bryn Trombley. She hits the ball forward. Alexis LaPointe. Rylan Nutt trying to get around Emma Howell. Nutt cuts it back, drops it back to LaPointe, who tries a one-timer but is cleared off out of the 18 by Aubrey Bayshard. Throw in now for Northern Adirondack. Clara Parsons to take the throw. Trapped down by Kinsley Trombley, but she couldn't maintain inbounds, and now it's Howell throws it in quickly, tries to hit Nzunza, but Trombley is there. Nzunza and Trombley shoulder to shoulder. And that is LeBombard clearing the ball forward. Peyton Turek back to midfield for the Eagles. Clara Parsons comes to the near side. Brooke Stevens watching her. Parsons is fouled by Stevens.
Brooke, 10 yards, we're good.
So it'll be a direct kick.
Gwen, offensively, keep staying wide offensively. We'll get you. Here, just go.
It will be Magoon to take the direct kick here as LeBombard not feeling up to it after that knock. Magoon doesn't hit it the way she'd like, and Marin Juno comes, she bounces off her knee. Juno tries to recover, hits it off Campo, and now Campo will clear it out toward midfield. Trapped down by LeBombard. LeBombard, hard trap there by Campo and LeBombard. LeBombard comes away with it. Campo limping a bit. That was Bayshard moving the ball to the outside, looking for Nzunza. Goes off the sideline, throw in for the Eagles. Nzunza quickly puts the ball in. Campo tries to trap it, hits her in the face. Coming down with it is Bryn Trombley. Has it taken away by Marin Juno. She takes a long shot from way out of low percentage shot, but Hallie Gilmore picks it up. Maybe more of a cross than a shot. And Gilmore punts the ball toward midfield. Rylan Nutt trying to control that ball. She's being watched by Emma Howell. Nutt, good looking ball in the middle. Moore couldn't get to it. And coming out was Callie Clark as we're at 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second overtime period. 0-0 in this great high school soccer match at George Brendler Field. Nutt traps the punt. Nutt coming in. There's a lot of space. There's a shot. Going to be well wide of the net as it will be a goal kick for the Eagles. As Juno is going to trot back and take the goal kick. Marin Juno will take the goal kick. She launches the ball toward midfield. Magoon traps that ball. Shazy hasn't been getting first to their free kicks out there, and Coach Tregan sure to give him some gray hair. Substitution for the Bobcats, and it's going to be Mandy McKinney coming in for Bella LeBombard. And McKinney's going to move Spoor back to the defensive position. So there you go. We talked about it earlier. Injuries sometimes can cause a shift in player position, and Emma Spoor has the ability to play both defense and offense for this Northern Adirondack squad. Stevens to Howell. Howell hits it toward midfield. Bryn Trombley traps it down. Trombley outside of her foot off the head of Howell. And Stevens lofts a high ball. Clara Parsons trying to trap it down, and Nzunza is pressuring her. And Nzunza hit the ball last, so it'll be a throw-in for the Bobcats. Parsons looking for Trombley, goes off Trombley, and it will be a throw-in for the Eagles. Howell throws it down the line, and Nzunza called for that. That was a good throw and a good call. And Nzunza now long dribble. Magoon is there. The veteran player clears it away for the Bobcats. Brooke Stevens blocks that clearing attempt, but Magoon is there to once again hit it. Harvey now coming on, and she'll clear it back in to the offensive zone. Pass Stevens is going to go off the sideline for a Bobcat throw-in. With 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, Clara Parsons will throw this in. That kind of went off the arm, I think, of Nutt, but it's going to be a Shazy throw. Howell throws it in looking for Stevens over the head of both Stevens and Parsons. They're shoulder to shoulder. Stevens, left-footed crossing ball, headed away by Spoor. Now it's Marin Juno trapping it down. She takes a quick toe poke shot, but near post, but Hallie Gilmore was there to scoop that up. She had a little more time than she thought, perhaps, but easier said by me up here than played by her on the field. Gilmore punts it toward midfield. Howell gets to that, but she used her arm, and when the handball is called, it'll be direct kick inside NIC's own territory with 1:45 to go. Hustling to it is Spoor. She's going to set the ball and kick it. As that ball is put in play, Juno heads it backwards. Here's a shot. Ooh, walked into that one was Olivia LeBombard. Rifled a right-footed shot, but it was well wide of the goal. But if that had been on frame, that would have been a dangerous shot. Juneau will now come back to take the goal kick with 1:15. Howell trying to save it. She's unable to. Throw in right in front of the bench of the Bobcats.
Gwen, drop off.
It's going toward the sideline. Harvey couldn't save it. So throw in again for Northern Adirondack with 50 seconds to go. Hustling down there is Clara Parsons. Nutt made the throw. Harvey clears it out of the way for the Eagles. It's going to be Spohr now looking to get a shot toward goal. She lofts it back into the 18 off the head of Rylan Nutt, or excuse me, Kinsley Trombley. She takes a shot. It bounces off Harvey. Harvey clears it off the end line. 25 seconds. Corner kick for the Bobcats as Ava Moore is going to take this corner with less than 20 seconds. Yeah, exactly. This is kind of what we saw at the end of regulation. Moore hits it shallow. Goes off the end line, goal kick, and that's going to do it here at George Brendler Field. As it's going to be a 0-0 tie between Northern Adirondack and Chazy. Thanks for watching this Hometown Cable production. If you enjoyed the broadcast, please consider a donation, as Hometown Cable is entirely viewer funded. You can send your checks to Hometown Cable, care of Calvin Castine at
1477 Ridge Road, Champlain 12919.
Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope you watch our next production. For Calvin Castine on the camera, I'm Lee Barcombe. Have a great night.